Love, it's the most powerful force in the universe, yet so many of us secretly believe we don't deserve it. Right now, millions of people are walking through life carrying the heavy burden of feeling unworthy, a weight that affects every relationship, every opportunity, and every moment of joy. That voice in your head whispering, "I'm not good enough," isn't your true voice. It's old programming, installed by past experiences, other people's opinions, and society's expectations. But here's what science has revealed. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself. Every thought creates new neural pathways, and those thoughts about being unworthy, they're just old roads we've traveled too often. The truth is, worthiness isn't something to be earned. It's your natural state. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of self-worth and uncovering powerful techniques that literally reprogram your mind's operating system. From breakthrough research in neuroplasticity to ancient wisdom practices that have transformed countless lives, we're exploring proven methods that shift your inner narrative from doubt to unshakable self-worth. Take a deep breath. This is where your journey to reclaiming your inherent worthiness begins. Your mind is about to experience a profound shift in how it processes love, acceptance, and self-worth. Every limiting belief about being unworthy of love started somewhere. Hidden in early childhood experiences, past relationships, and societal messages lies programming that runs automatically in our minds. These thought patterns become deeply ingrained neural pathways, creating a filter through which we view every interaction and relationship. Research in developmental psychology shows that between ages 0 to 7, our brains operate primarily in theta waves, a highly programmable state where we absorb everything around us without question. During these formative years, subtle messages shape our core beliefs about worthiness. A parent's frustrated sigh, a teacher's dismissive comment, or peers' rejection can plant seeds of unworthiness that grow stronger with time. Most fascinating is how these early programs create self-fulfilling prophecies. When believing in unworthiness, our brain actively seeks evidence to support this belief while dismissing evidence that contradicts it. This selective attention creates a loop. Each perceived rejection or disappointment reinforces the original programming, making it appear more true. Critical inner dialogue often mimics voices from our past. That harsh self-critic might sound suspiciously like a strict parent or mean classmate. These internalized voices become background noise, running constant commentary that feels like absolute truth rather than outdated programming. Signs of unworthiness programming include constantly seeking approval, apologizing for existing, difficulty accepting compliments, settling for less in relationships, and sabotaging potential connections before they have a chance to develop. These behaviors aren't character flaws, they're simply outputs of old programming running on autopilot. Brain scans reveal that negative self-beliefs activate the same neural pathways as physical pain. This biological connection explains why feeling unworthy hurts so deeply, and why many people unconsciously avoid situations that might trigger these feelings. Yet this same neurological evidence offers hope. Just as our brains were programmed with limiting beliefs, they can be reprogrammed with empowering ones. Becoming aware of these patterns marks the first step toward change. Noticing when unworthiness thoughts arise, tracking their origins, and questioning their validity creates space between the old programming and conscious choice. This awareness itself begins weakening the neural pathways of unworthiness, making room for new beliefs to take root. Mirror work stands as one of most powerful methods for reprogramming deep-seated beliefs about self-worth. Standing before a mirror activates specific neural pathways connected to self-image, creating an ideal state for rewiring how we perceive ourselves. Looking directly into our own eyes triggers a profound psychological response. Studies in neuroscience reveal that sustained eye contact, even with ourselves, releases oxytocin, known as love hormone. This biological reaction creates an optimal state for embedding new beliefs about worthiness and self-acceptance. Morning mirror practice holds special significance because our brains operate in a highly receptive theta state shortly after waking. Starting with just 5 minutes of mirror time, speaking words of love and acceptance aloud rewrites deep neural pathways. Simple statements like, "I am worthy of love exactly as I am," or "I accept myself completely," carry extraordinary power when spoken while maintaining gentle eye contact. What makes mirror work particularly effective is its ability to surface resistance. Initial discomfort, looking into our own eyes, reveals where healing needs to occur. Tears might flow, emotions may surge. These reactions signal old programming being released. Each time we push through this resistance, new neural pathways strengthen. Scientific research demonstrates that facial expressions directly influence emotional states. Softening our gaze, offering a gentle smile to our reflection, and maintaining an open expression while speaking affirmations amplifies their impact. This mind-body connection accelerates the reprogramming process. Physical touch adds another dimension to mirror work. Placing one hand on heart while speaking affirmations activates the vagus nerve, calming nervous system and creating deeper receptivity to new beliefs. This combination of touch, sight, and spoken word engages multiple sensory pathways, making new programming more permanent. Advanced mirror work involves having full conversations with ourselves, expressing gratitude for specific qualities, and acknowledging our own growth. Recording these sessions allows us to witness shifts in facial expressions, tone, and energy over time, providing tangible evidence of transformation. Consistency matters more than duration. 3 minutes of focused mirror work daily creates more lasting change than sporadic longer sessions. Each brief encounter with our reflection becomes an opportunity to strengthen new neural pathways of self-worth and deservability of love. Most remarkable discoveries in neuroscience reveal brain plasticity, our ability to create new neural pathways throughout life. Research shows that every thought either strengthens existing neural connections or forges new ones, making conscious thought selection crucial for rewiring self-worth beliefs. Breaking free from unworthiness programming requires strategic repetition of new thought patterns. Studies indicate it takes approximately 63 days to solidify new neural pathways. During this period, old programming may fight back. This resistance signals successful rewiring in progress. Each time we choose self-accepting thoughts over self-criticism, we weaken old pathways while strengthening new ones. Neuroplasticity accelerates when we engage multiple senses. Speaking affirmations aloud activates auditory pathways. Writing them engages motor circuits. Feeling associated emotions stimulates limbic system. This multisensory approach creates robust new neural networks supporting beliefs of worthiness. Mindfulness plays a pivotal role in neural rewiring. Catching negative self-talk moments provides opportunities to consciously choose different thoughts. Each interruption of old patterns creates micro gaps where new programming can take root. Brain scans show these small interventions accumulate, gradually changing our default thought patterns. Evidence suggests emotional intensity strengthens neural connections. When feeling worthy and loved, consciously amplifying these emotions helps encode new beliefs more deeply. Similarly, celebrating small wins and moments of self-acceptance reinforces positive neural pathways through dopamine release. Sleep proves essential for neural reorganization. During deep sleep, brain consolidates new learning and strengthens fresh neural pathways. Setting intentions before sleep and reviewing positive experiences primes brain for overnight rewiring. Morning hours offer another prime window as brain remains in malleable theta state shortly after waking. Physical movement enhances neuroplasticity by increasing brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, dubbed miracle grow for brain cells. Simple activities like walking while repeating new beliefs about self-worth can accelerate rewiring process. Cross-body movements particularly stimulate both brain hemispheres, promoting integrated rewiring. Most powerful aspect of neural rewiring lies in its cumulative effect. Each small choice to believe in our worthiness, each moment of self-acceptance, each act of self-love builds upon previous ones. Over time, these new pathways become superhighways in brain, making beliefs in our inherent worth feel natural and automatic. Success leaves clues in form of subtle shifts, decreased negative self-talk, easier time accepting compliments, more confidence in relationships. These changes signal new neural pathways gaining strength, gradually replacing old programming with unshakable knowing of deserving love. Forgiveness emerges as a cornerstone of reprogramming worthiness beliefs, acting as both healer and liberator. Research in psychological healing demonstrates how holding on to past hurts creates energetic blocks that reinforce feelings of unworthiness. Each unresolved wound becomes evidence supporting beliefs about being undeserving of love. Deep healing begins with acknowledging every experience that contributed to feelings of unworthiness. Writing these experiences down activates both emotional and logical brain centers, initiating natural healing processes. Studies show this simple act reduces activity in amygdala, brain's stress center, while increasing activity in prefrontal cortex, where rational processing occurs. Self-forgiveness stands as essential yet often overlooked aspect of this journey. Patterns of self-blame, shame, and harsh self-judgment directly fuel unworthiness programming. Creating specific forgiveness statements for ourselves breaks these cycles. I forgive myself for believing I wasn't enough. Or, I forgive myself for accepting less than I deserved. Science reveals forgiveness literally changes brain chemistry. When practicing forgiveness meditation, brain produces higher levels of serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters associated with well-being and self-love. Regular forgiveness practice also reduces cortisol levels, decreasing stress response that often triggers unworthiness thoughts. Writing letters to past self proves particularly powerful. Addressing younger versions of ourselves who absorbed unworthiness beliefs allows expression of compassion and understanding. These letters, while never needing to be sent, create emotional completion and release old energy patterns holding unworthiness in place. Forgiveness rituals add physical dimension to emotional release. Simple acts like burning written descriptions of past hurts, releasing balloons symbolizing old wounds, or performing ceremony of self-forgiveness engage body in healing process. This mind-body connection accelerates integration of new, empowering beliefs about self-worth. Critical distinction exists between forgiveness and condoning. Forgiving doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. It means freeing ourselves from emotional chains binding us to past experiences. This liberation creates space for new beliefs about deserving love to take root and flourish. Daily forgiveness practice maintains clear channels for receiving love. Starting each morning by forgiving previous day's self-judgments and ending each evening by releasing any accumulated resentment keeps unworthiness programming from rebuilding. This continuous clearing allows natural state of worthiness to shine through more consistently. Collecting evidence of worthiness creates powerful neural reinforcement for new self-beliefs. Research in cognitive psychology shows our brains naturally seek validation for existing beliefs. By consciously gathering proof of being worthy of love, we override default programming that dismisses positive evidence. Starting a Love Worth journal initiates systematic rewiring of belief systems. Each entry documents moments of receiving love, acts of self-love, and instances of standing in worthiness. Writing these experiences activates multiple brain regions, strengthening neural pathways supporting new beliefs while weakening old unworthiness programming. Scientific studies reveal handwriting holds particular power in this process. Physically writing evidence of worthiness engages motor cortex, making experiences more memorable and beliefs more deeply embedded. Digital journaling works too, but handwriting creates stronger neural imprints. Key categories for evidence collection include expressions of love received, compliments given, achievements accomplished, boundaries respected, self-care practiced, and moments of choosing self-worth over self-doubt. Each documented piece of evidence serves as a building block, constructing solid foundation for unshakable belief in deserving love. Small moments carry equal weight to grand gestures. Morning sunlight warming skin, sharing genuine laughter with friends, completing daily tasks with care, all count as evidence of being worthy of life's goodness. Recording these subtle affirmations trains brain to notice more positive proof throughout day. Weekly evidence review sessions reinforce new neural pathways. Reading past entries while feeling associated emotions strengthens belief in worthiness through repetition and emotional anchoring. This practice counters brain's negativity bias, which typically overemphasizes evidence supporting unworthiness. Creating evidence categories helps track growth in specific areas. Relationship worth might document healthy boundaries set, while achievement worth records goals met and challenges overcome. This organized approach provides clear metrics of progress in developing worthiness mindset. Photographic evidence adds visual dimension to collection practice. Capturing moments of joy, peace, and self-acceptance provides tangible proof to counter unworthiness thoughts. These images become powerful pattern interrupts when old programming attempts reassertion. Audio recordings of positive feedback, kind words spoken, or personal declarations of worth create multisensory evidence library. Listening to these recordings during challenging moments reinforces neural pathways of deserving love, especially when unworthiness thoughts feel strongest. Success in evidence collection appears as increased awareness of worth-affirming moments, easier recognition of love in daily life, and natural gravitation toward experiences supporting worthiness. Each piece of evidence collected weakens grip of unworthiness programming while strengthening new beliefs about deserving love. Setting boundaries emerges as vital practice for reinforcing worthiness beliefs. Research shows direct correlation between boundary strength and self-worth levels. Every time we honor personal boundaries, neural pathways supporting deserving love grow stronger. Clear boundaries in relationships reflect deep beliefs about deserving respect and love. Signs of weak boundaries often trace back to unworthiness programming. Accepting disrespect, overgiving, saying yes when meaning no, tolerating cross lines. Breaking these patterns requires recognizing worth as non-negotiable. Science reveals fascinating connection between boundary setting and stress response. When boundaries get crossed, cortisol levels spike, triggering old unworthiness programming. Learning to identify body signals preceding boundary violations helps prevent these stress responses. Subtle cues like tension, unease, or energy drain signal needs for stronger limits. Starting with small boundaries builds confidence for bigger ones. Simple acts like requesting personal space, expressing preferences, or declining unwanted invitations serve as practice ground. Each successful boundary enforcement rewires neural pathways, making next boundary easier to set and maintain. Relationships provide primary arena for boundary practice. Healthy relationships respect limits naturally, while toxic ones resist them. Observing others' reactions to boundaries reveals valuable information about relationship dynamics. Those who honor boundaries demonstrate respect for worth, while those fighting boundaries expose misalignment with self-worth journey. Physical boundaries establish foundation for emotional ones. Creating designated personal space, maintaining comfortable physical distance, and respecting body's signals strengthen overall boundary-setting muscles. These tangible limits make abstract emotional boundaries feel more natural. Communication plays a crucial role in boundary maintenance. Clear, direct statements without over-explanation or apology reflect solid self-worth. Phrases like, "This doesn't work for me," or "I need space," delivered with calm certainty, communicate both boundary and inherent worth. Regular boundary check-ins prevent erosion over time. Assessing where limits feel strong versus weak highlights areas needing reinforcement. Adjusting boundaries as needs change demonstrates dynamic self-awareness and respect for personal growth. Financial boundaries reflect deeply held beliefs about worth. Setting clear limits around money, whether lending, spending, or earning, often triggers old unworthiness programming. Each financial boundary maintained strengthens overall worth muscles. Digital boundaries increasingly impact modern self-worth. Managing social media exposure, controlling online availability, and limiting digital demands protect mental space for nurturing worth beliefs. These technological boundaries prevent energy drain and maintain focus on personal growth. Success in boundary setting manifests as increased energy, clearer relationships, and stronger sense of self. Each boundary honored builds evidence for deserving respect, contributing to unshakable foundation of self-worth. Consistent daily rituals create powerful anchors for worthiness programming. Research in behavioral psychology demonstrates how repeated actions literally rewire brain circuits, transforming self-worth from concept into lived experience. Morning worth rituals set neural tone for entire day. First moments after waking offer prime opportunity for installing new beliefs. Simple practices like touching heart while speaking declarations of worth, writing 3 aspects of self to appreciate, or moving body in ways that express self-love cement positive neural pathways before day begins. Sacred self-care practices throughout day reinforce deserving love. Taking proper lunch breaks, maintaining healthy posture, drinking water mindfully. Each act becomes meditation on worth. Small choices accumulate, creating evidence of treating self with respect and care deserved. Evening gratitude practice specifically focused on self-appreciation accelerates worth programming. Noting instances of choosing self-respect, moments of accepting love, or times of honoring personal truth strengthens neural pathways of worthiness. Writing these observations by hand deepens their impact through multiple sensory engagement. Bedtime rituals close day with worth reinforcement. Gentle self-massage while speaking words of acceptance. Reviewing evidence of deserving love collected during day, or practicing forgiveness for any self-judgment creates peaceful completion. These practices program subconscious mind for positive worth integration during sleep. Incorporating physical movement into worth rituals amplifies their effectiveness. Dancing to celebration songs, stretching with appreciation for body's abilities, or walking in nature while affirming deservingness engages whole being in worth programming. Success markers in daily rituals appear as increased emotional stability, easier self-acceptance, and natural gravitation towards self-honoring choices. Each ritual practiced strengthens internal knowing of being worthy of love, gradually replacing old unworthiness programming with unshakable certainty in deserving goodness. Regular practice of these rituals creates cumulative effect, building momentum in worthiness journey. As rituals become habits, self-worth naturally flows from being rather than doing, marking true transformation of original programming. Physical and social environments directly impact neural programming around self-worth. Research shows surroundings constantly reinforce or challenge beliefs about deserving love, making environmental redesign crucial for lasting transformation. Living spaces hold powerful influence over worthiness beliefs. Clearing clutter, upgrading items that affect daily comfort, and creating beauty in personal space sends clear messages to brain about self-value. Each improvement becomes physical representation of choosing to honor worth. Colors, textures, and objects in immediate environment affect brain chemistry. Surrounding self with elements that evoke feelings of worthiness, whether soft fabrics, meaningful art, or cherished photos, creates constant neural reinforcement. These environmental anchors support new programming even during challenging moments. Digital environment requires equal attention in modern life. Curating social media feeds to include inspiring content, removing connections that drain energy, and setting healthy online boundaries maintains clear channels for worth programming. Each notification, email, or interaction either strengthens or weakens new beliefs. Relationships form crucial aspect of environmental redesign. Analyzing current connections through lens of worthiness reveals which relationships nurture growth and which reinforce old programming. Distance from energy-draining relationships creates space for self-worth to flourish. Workspace organization reflects and affects internal worth beliefs. Creating organized, aesthetically pleasing work environment demonstrates respect for own time and energy. Simple acts like maintaining clean desk, ensuring proper lighting, or adding plants signal brain that work deserves optimal conditions. Sound environment influences subconscious programming significantly. Playing uplifting music, reducing harsh noise exposure, and creating periods of peaceful silence allows worth-supporting thoughts to surface naturally. Acoustic environment shapes emotional state, affecting how easily new worth beliefs take root. Nature connection provides powerful environmental support for worth programming. Regular exposure to natural settings reduces stress hormones while increasing feel-good neurotransmitters. This biological shift creates optimal state for integrating new beliefs about deserving love and goodness. Conscious environment design extends to body care products, clothing choices, and daily use items. Selecting quality items that feel good to use reinforces deserving best treatment. Each interaction with carefully chosen objects reminds brain of commitment to honoring worth. Rewiring beliefs about being worthy of love marks beginning of profound life transformation. As these new neural pathways strengthen through consistent practice, old programming naturally fades, replaced by unshakable knowing of inherent worth. Each technique shared, from mirror work to environment redesign, builds upon others, creating complete system for reprogramming mind to recognize and accept love naturally. Scientific evidence confirms brain's endless capacity for positive change, making lasting transformation not just possible, but inevitable with dedicated practice. Starting this journey means choosing self-love over familiar self-doubt. While change may feel challenging initially, each small step creates momentum toward complete acceptance of deserving love. As worth programming strengthens, relationships naturally improve, opportunities expand, and life reflects new levels of self-value. Making these practices part of daily life ensures continuous growth in self-worth. Every moment offers fresh opportunity to reinforce deserving love, whether through gentle self-talk, boundary setting, or conscious environment design. If this information resonated with you, take a moment to support our channel by hitting like button and subscribing. Tap notification bell to receive more content about personal growth and transformation. Share this video with anyone needing reminder of their infinite worth. Together, we create ripple effect of self-love and acceptance in world. Remember, you were born worthy. Now it's time to fully embrace that truth.